Hello guys, this is Dr. Dexter again. Welcome back to my channel, and you are showing tremendous a lot of love to our channel. Thank you for showing that love, and I hope you shower that same love again and again out on our videos. So again, thank you for subscribing our channel. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for making the channel grow. Finally, the mental health topic in the last point. I hope you liked that video, and it was a good point, I must say. But as we know that mental health is an important aspect, but the next point which we're going to talk today is very important. So do see this short clip and do this, then we will talk about in detail. Yes, come in. Okay, this is my CV, sir. Actually, I got to know that there's a job opening here, so I wanted to give my CV. So you could tell me, that if I am suitable for it or not. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be a pretty nice CV and a decent CV. Yeah, we have some openings in our organization. You got it right. So let's see what happens. I will forward this CV to the HR. They will run an algorithm and see if it's eligible CV or not. And if you are an appropriate candidate, they will directly contact you within 2 to 3 weeks. So I hope all the best for your future, and I hope you get the call soon. If you are shortlisted, you would be coming for an interview. Thank you for coming, and I like your motivation, let me say that. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So guys, this video which you just watched was an illustration how a person goes to the manager and submits its CV. So what was the motive behind this? So now you would be getting to know it. There are some points which you should know while writing an academic or a professional CV. So there are two types of CVs. One is academic and one is professional. So if I talk about academic CVs are basically for the people who are applying for an institution or an research job or an JRF job which is related to academics. Now what is professional CV? Professional CV tells you about when, especially for the international students, when you are applying for a part-time or a full-time job, during that time the professional CV is needed. The academic CV is not applicable. Yeah, I am right. The academic CV is not applicable. Do get this clear. So yes, coming to the first type of CV, which is academic CV. So what is academic CV? So the academic CV includes all your academic experiences, all your academic positions, your previous work history, your research experience, your professional experience. Now what are the we would be taking one by one. First of all, the academic CV, then we would be taking on the research CV or the professional CV. So now coming up to the academic CV. Now what is an academic CV? Academic CV is basically for the positions we are applying related to research or an institution which deals with academics or an academic post. For example, a professor, for example, a junior research fellow, a research fellow, a PhD applicant, a research assistant, a research scholar. So these are some CVs which are included into academic CV. Now there are some points which I need you to know while applying for an academic CV. Why I am telling you academic CV? Because I think while growing more into this family, there would be some people who are really willing to know about how to write a good academic CV for PhD or for masters outside India. So guys, this is the video for you. I again say do like, share and subscribe. So please do that. Please do that. Please do that. I said 3 times, I tried 3 times. Please do that. This is really necessary, and do like it, guys. Like, because it make me feel good when you like the video. I think I am doing right work. So coming on to the academic CV points. Coming to the first point. What is the first point? So first and the foremost point, keep your academic CV 1 page. Yes, 1 page. So there are 2 reasons why you should keep that 1 page. Obviously, when you are applying for an position or an academic position, you would not be meeting them. First of all, you would be giving them an online application. To make a good and go through all your achievements, you need one page CV which includes all the things. Now there are two benefits. It is easy to read. Second, if the person is interested in you, they will ask for a detailed CV. Now detailed CV includes basically what all conferences you have had, what all certifications have you had, and what all research publications you have, and in which research journal, or what all the research experience and where all you have your research experience. Second point, keep it sweet, simple and crisp. Yes, crisp. The reason is that when you keep it sweet, simple and crisp, the person would get a good experience, because you are very sorted out person, you know what things you have done and you have a grasp on that. If you keep your CV haphazard or clumsy, it would give a very bad impression on the manager you saw in that previous, or the person who, or the professor would be seeing your CV. They would really throw it out, they would not waste the time. Third point, do highlight and bold your achievements. The example which you see this side, I would be putting an example this side on the screen. You can see there the things are highlighted and bold, so that would help a person to know your achievements, and you agree to this, that when things are bold and highlighted, the eye immediately catches it and you are able to see that achievements. So that's why highlighted, bolded your achievements. For example, I did XYZ certification from XYZ college. If it's an international certification, bolded. Which university? Bolded. Which certification? Bolded. So this is how you make it. Fourth point, do as much conferences as you can, workshops as you can. This shows that you are really motivated for your research. So this is how you make your research work very impactful, and it gives an interviewer that you're very motivated to your field. Do as much certifications also as you can, do international certifications. It would always give you a good impact and a strong CV. So certification denotes that you have a good grasp over your skills. Yes, very right. What you have? Skills. So do certifications as much as you can. Try to have international certifications, because they would help you finally to have an international impact also, not nationally. So there are many certification sites. For example, one is Coursera. Coursera is a site where you can find international certifications. So you can go there and find the international certifications. Let me be very clear, there's a catch in Coursera. Many people don't know it. You can give the Coursera and get the Coursera for free of cost. You can get a free 100% fee waiver. You need to apply for it. When you open an course, there is always a button inside for apply for fee waiver. Apply for fee waiver. Do apply it and you will get not even pay a single penny for that course. Yes, don't get surprised, not a single penny for it. So this was some of the points in the academic CV. And the last point in academic CV would be, never include your Facebook, never include your personal IDs into it. Always give professional platforms to connect, like Gmail, like Twitter, like LinkedIn. These are some professional handouts where you should always mention into your academic CV. And also have a column in your academic CV. Why are you willing to work in this organization? This would give a good impact to the person who is reading your resume. Yes, I repeat again, always make one page CV while you're giving first mail, because you have to add all this in one page CV. There are many formats which you can go for it. I would also put some links where you can see the formats, and you can also go online and see the formats. You can also prepare a CV from it. So I would put the links in description. Now this was the academic CV. Coming to the professional CV, Okay, so this is a very interesting CV. Let me tell you, most of the international students who are working in Canada, Australia, or any part of the world would be interested to know that how to write a. See, professional CV is very important. It is very important in what case? To have a part-time job. Yes, very right, part-time job. Please note it down. These are very point helpful to you. So, coming to the professional CV, first point. Many people think that the professional CV should be very colorful, full of borders, so that it should be attractive. Tuck, tuck. No. So keep it as simple as you can, because it's going to be really messy for them if they would have a colorful CV. They are not going to read it, and they need people who are really motivated by work, not by actions. So I suggest you keep your CV as simple as you can. Keep it one page, and yes, do not write your academic entities into it, academic achievements into it. Only write your professional achievement. Professional achievement means, for example, I have worked as a customer relation manager or a customer relation assistant in this company, so and so, from this tenure. Do mention tenures. This is very important. They should know how much time have you spent it on that work, because it's very important for them. And do mention the address from the previous work have you done. I repeat, do mention the tenures. People don't mention the tenures. I don't know why. I've seen many CVs, they don't mention the tenures. Third point, when you mention any work, bold out the company name and then bold out the position you have worked. Mind it, the position should be a little small, track the person or the reviewer very easily, and the manager would easily see the CV and yes, okay, he has worked here, okay, why, fine. Try to give a referee, try to give a reference. If you don't have it, write on request. That would save you from something, and that would help you to know that is manager interested in you. If the manager is interested in you, they will ask for your reference. So that would also help you. Fifth point, guys, very important, to take it carefully. Don't mention your Facebooks, don't mention your Instagrams, only mention your LinkedIn profile and only mention your Gmail or Twitter. These three things only in professional CV, because other things are really useless in professional CV. They only need your LinkedIn profile, that how to clarify where have you worked or not, and keep it updated. I am pretty serious about it. Keep it updated. Okay, guys. So keep your LinkedIn updated. It will help you a lot, because LinkedIn is a platform where you can find jobs also, but where you can be credited job also while verifying it. So keep your LinkedIn ID updated and make a LinkedIn ID if you have not. Put your experience all into it. So this is very important. Do mention a LinkedIn profile. The last and the foremost point, make a column which tells a bit about you, just for 100 words or like 50 to 100 words, summarizing who you are, what are your potentials, why do you want to work in this organization, how did you come to know about this organization, and how can you help this organization to grow more, and why are you motivated to work. So summarizing it all in just 50 to 100 words, this would make a good expression. The last, if you don't want to go for this column, make a cover letter. Cover letter is very important. It is a very professional way to show that I'm really motivated in your company and organization to work off. So do make a cover letter while putting the CVs. And some international students would be thinking that I'm speaking like this only. It is not that easy to get a job. I agree to you. Don't worry, I agree. But I'm telling you a way how can you do it. Apply both offline and online. With the cover letter offline, without the cover letter online, both on their platforms. Second point, which is very necessary, listen it. The second point is, be a bit clever like a fox. Sometime they don't let you go to the manager offline. Try it, make it happen, do permutation combination, make a what you can say excuse. I need to complain about something, or I need to meet, I'm from this company. Don't tell the person at the reception that I am here to drop my resume. Once you reach to the manager's office, drop your resume there. He would be really motivated. Like I showed you in the video, the manager would always be had a good impression that how did you reach to me? Yes, I did this. Then tell him. Don't lie. Don't lie. In professional CV, please never write uncredible things. Always write credible things. That's why I'm saying update your LinkedIn. So guys, these were some points covering all the professional and academic CV. I hope you liked it. Do like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon, and I hope you are loving it, guys. Loving it. So this is your Dr. X signing off, guys. I hope you like it, and do please like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Thank you, guys. This is Dr. X signing off.